Next up, let's dive into the Super Bowl winner as well as the awards predictions for the NFL. All that coming up about 20 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. And in this video, this is all part of our NFL preview. Let's dive right in, shall we? Final part of the preview. Let's go with conference championships, Super Bowl champs, and then the awards. The awards I'm really excited about because I think it's going to be really interesting on what Jimmy actually picks as his awards. So,
yes,
let's dive into the main thing. Conference championship, Jimmy. Who do you have going in the NFC conference championship?
In the NFC, in the conference championship for the second straight year, we're going to have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be actually the path is going to be easier this year. Last year they had to go the wild card route.
Yep.
Right. And this year is going to be much easier because I do have them as the number one seed,
right.
So they'll get home field throughout. But facing them, I'm going to go with the LA Rams. I am that much of a believer in this Rams team. And I think the Packers, see, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, to me, and I know he's great, just fantastic talent and all that, but I think that I don't think he would truly be invested in this team. We all know he has 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yes.
And I know he's going to play hard for his teammates, and he wants to win. But I think that it'll be in the second round, I believe, where the Rams and the Packers will probably, it doesn't matter. The Bucs or the Rams, they're going to put the Packers out. It's something about Aaron Rodgers that really turned me off with how he handled everything this offseason. And I know there were a lot of big time sports broadcasters do shows really fanboying over Aaron Rodgers and totally excusing what he did. This was a very immature. I cannot imagine Tom Brady or Russell Wilson handling an offseason like this. Of the two, Russell Wilson is more likely to do that because he kind of chirps a little bit when he wants something from the organization. But I don't see big time mature quarterbacks who know exactly what they want handling the offseason just like he did. So I think that at some point he's going to have to pay for that, and it's going to be in the playoffs when the Rams beat him, and the Rams are going to face the Bucs in the NFC Championship.
Wow. The Rams. Okay. Interesting. So, of course, I've got my Buccaneers making it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be on the road towards a repeat, especially bringing everybody back like they did.
Yep.
That to me is a sign that Tampa Bay is prepared to do really big things once again, and they have some depth, something that I didn't think that we would have, especially bringing everybody back. We got a little bit of depth, so we'll be prepared if we do have some injuries. We'll be prepared for that battle of attrition. And Tom Brady's still quarterbacking, and it seems to be ageless. But I have the Bucs playing the Dallas Cowboys. As long as Dak Prescott stays healthy, we got the Cowboys making it an NFC Championship game, baby. I'm doing it. I am with you, Cowboys fans. Me and you, we are together. We are one. I have the Cowboys battling the Bucs, and like you said, the Bucs are going to have a semi-easy road.
Yes,
because the Buccaneers are going to walk basically past everybody into that. The Cowboys are going to upset the Rams in the second round, and because they do that upset, they will see the Dallas Cowboys. They will see the Buccaneers.
I was hoping you would not do this to yourself. It's nothing at the end of that road but disappointment.
It is, but I think the Cowboys will upset the Seahawks. Then they're going to beat the Rams, and then they're going to play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I can see them beating the Seahawks, not the Rams.
And then AFC.
Our AFC conference championships, got the Chiefs making it again, blah, blah, blah. And facing them, Cleveland Browns.
Ooh.
I'm that much of a believer in the Cleveland Browns. I really don't see any weakness in this Cleveland Browns roster. So I think that they finally get there, not just the playoffs, but actually go deep and make it to the AFC Championship against the Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, I think the thing about the Browns is that they are the Browns, and they're going to do something because they are the Browns. But I'm actually in agreement with you. I am going to have the Cleveland Browns make it to the AFC Championship. And guess who they're going to play? The Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be the AFC North in the conference championship again. Okay. That's the thing that's going to happen what's going to help the Ravens is they're going to make some changes. They're adding running backs because they're dropping like flies. I just saw an announcement that just happened a couple minutes ago. They lost another running back, and they're working out 3 running backs to hopefully replace him. Hill.
Okay. You said Gus. My fantasy season's over.
No, Gus.
Which, I mean, Is Justice Hill?
Yeah, Justice Hill.
OSU,
O
right?
State. Yep.
Yeah.
He went to O State.
I
So
hate
yeah.
that. So
he lost Justice Hill.
So he's down if they're working out 3 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, speaking of which, because I know that they, I guess, had conversations with Todd Gurley, because, Gurley's out there, Lev Bell is out there, and I think one other veteran running back is out there. Devontae Freeman's out there and somebody else. Do you think there's a chance any of them make it onto a roster?
So Le'Veon Bell and Freeman both are working out for the Ravens as we speak. So I'm assuming that they're probably going to pick up both because they need both. Yeah. Or Gurley. I mean, to be honest, I'd take Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley and just see what happens.
Yeah. Try to capture a little lightning somewhere.
Yeah, something. Lightning in the bottle. And I think Le'Veon Bell would do really good with Lamar Jackson.
He'll have plenty of, motivational get back since he's in the same division with the Steelers.
Exactly. It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Do it. Pull the trigger on him and Todd Gurley and just have both of them so you have depth. So I've got the Ravens and the Browns getting ready for the Super Bowl. And who do you have in the Super Bowl, Jimmy?
In the Super Bowl, I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to get there. I could see that NFC Championship game being pretty tough, just like the one last year was. And I could see, instead of Brady throwing 3 second-half interceptions, I could see Stafford kind of going full Detroit and throwing 3 interceptions in the second half. Once that pass rush is after him and he can't run the ball. Yeah. So, but the Bucs are going to get there from the NFC.
Same. Mm-hmm. Buccaneers, I'm sensing.
There's just no reason not to pick the Buccaneers. Yep. I mean, anybody could lose, anybody could win, but just with the Buccaneers, that's unprecedented. Like, when you see a team do something unprecedented where they bring all their starters back from the Super Bowl, then you should expect unprecedented things, or at least things we haven't seen in a long time.
People have been betting against Tom Brady since 2017 and learned a lesson that year. Every year up until 2017, we realized, Tom Brady's we should probably. Then he wins the Super Bowl, and then he goes back to a Super Bowl, and then he wins another Super Bowl, and then he doesn't make it, and then he goes to another team and wins Super Bowl. At a certain point, you should realize we probably shouldn't bet against this dude at this point of his career because he's looking almost as good as he was back in his younger years. Now, I mean, this isn't, 07 and then 08 when he had Randy Moss. These aren't that, but we cannot overlook how good Brady has been. So, AFC, who you got?
AFC, who will be facing the Bucs in the Super Bowl. Where's the Super Bowl going to be this year? Do you know?
I don't know. Let me look up real quick.
Mm-hmm. We know it's not going to be in Tampa, at least, because that's where they played it last year. So facing them in the Super Bowl will be the Cleveland Browns. They finally
they're playing at SoFi.
Oh, fantastic! Is going to be the Cleveland Browns, who have not been anywhere near the Super Bowl.
Sniffed one
since the 60s. Jim Brown in the 60s. So
Dang.
This is the year they finally do it, beating the Chiefs in a thriller. We'll say 28-25 in Kansas City, which would be just fine for them because they're in Cleveland. They're used to the cold outside weather.
It is always cold. Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to be the Bucs and the Browns.
You picked the Browns. I'm impressed. And who wins it?
Tom Brady repeats again for the first time since 03, 04.
Yep.
Doing something that no one could thought he'd do again. And then after that, he's going to retire. But yeah, I'm kidding. He's not going to retire.
There's no such thing as retirement in that man's
because then he's got to try for the three-peat.
Yeah.
What did Jordan say? Bird and Magic never three-peated.
So exactly. Let's go for it. Exactly.
So the Buccaneers, get used to them. Find a reason to like them. If you don't, just appreciate what you're seeing because we may not see this for a long time. You're not going to see a Tom Brady for a very long time.
And you're not going to see a team be able to come back together every year for a long time.
Exactly. So it's going to be the Bucs. Congratulations, Jay. Get your T-shirt order pre-ordered.
I actually am going to pre-order my T-shirt for
do it after the show.
2021 championship. So I got the Bucs winning as well. I'm not even going to waste time even saying anything else. I wasn't sold on my Bucs last year, and I am very much a cautious optimistic when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Mm-hmm. But this is probably the one year I've actually had confidence in this team doing something. So hopefully they go, and then of course Oklahoma wins the national championship. That'd be the first time that both teams that I actually like.
Are you very superstitious, Jay?
No.
Okay.
Zero superstition with it.
Because I was going to say, if you are, then what you should do is just doubt your Buccaneers all season long.
Yeah. I plan on betting against them every week for the whole season just for the fun of it. See how much I lose. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Well, I'll keep tally of that. So, awards. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Do you want, you know what? Let's go backwards. We'll make MVP last.
Okay. MVP's last.
So let's start off with Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, someone who I was high on, who surprised you, is going to be Brian Flores.
Ooh.
I think that breaking through with the 3 seed in the AFC, and I think he already has so much positive equity with what he's doing and what he's done with his Dolphins team. Very short turnaround, as well as having been a part of the Patriots' winning ways. He's got a lot of positivity propelling him forward. So he's going to be that coach. He's that kind of coach that the media wants to win this award. So as long as they have a good enough record, top 5, top 6 record in the NFL, he's going to win it. So it's going to be Brian Flores of Miami.
All right. I've got Sean McVay. I think he's going to win it because he's going to have the number 1 record in the NFC. He's going to pull that out.
Did he win it that year they went to the Super Bowl? They just took the league by storm. I'm just curious about that.
That's a good question. Let me see real quick. I don't think honestly, I don't know. He may have. He did. He won in 2017. Mm-hmm. So he did win Coach of the Year his first year with the Rams. I think he wins it again. Mm-hmm. Adding a quarterback out there, still top 4 defense, probably top 2 defense the way the Rams play.
Yep.
Looking a little bit more healthy too. I think that they end up. I think that he ended up doing big things. So
okay.
I'm going to give him that. Next award, let's go to rookies. Let's go. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Mac Jones.
Ooh, I think macaroni.
It is macaroni. Yeah. I think that you can cancel out because you look at all right, 5 quarterbacks. You have 3 who are going to start immediately. You have Mac Jones, you have Zach Wilson, and you have Trevor Lawrence. The Jags, though entertaining, they're going to lose a lot. The Jets, they're going to lose a lot.
Yeah.
And I think Mac Jones, especially if he can do what I'm predicting that he gets them to the playoffs and tops out at about, 4,000 yards, 26, 27 touchdowns, among the better first-year rookie quarterback stats, then I think that because people, what they're going to start to see is they're going to start to see shades of Brady in him. And even though a lot of people hate Brady, a lot of people love Brady, they're going to really appreciate that. And that's going to help sort of drive the narrative that this is Tom Brady 2.0. So he's going to get a lot of attention. He's going to get a lot of attention anyway. But I think that Mac Jones, of the quarterbacks who are going to play probably all 16, all 17 games, is going to be Mac Jones. And he's going to get paid back for dropping in the draft like he did.
Oh, wow.
Yep, Mac Jones.
That is...
Yeah. A surprising turn of events, I know.
Yeah, I did not expect you to actually
Who'd you think I was going to say?
I didn't think it was going to be Mac Jones. It just felt like that wouldn't be a Mac Jones pick. But
okay.
My bad. I think... This is kind of obvious, but at the same time, not too. I'm going with Trevor Lawrence. Okay. I think he's actually going to put up some solid numbers, even though he's going to spend most of his time on his back. As long as he survives the season, I think he has a really good chance of actually winning Rookie of the Year. I think the media conversation around him is going to be it's going to be so focused on him, unless a running. I was thinking about a running back taking it first because that's usually someone that's just going to take the league by storm. But I think Trevor can take the league by storm this year on his own, even with bad records.
I think his receiving core is going to be better than people think, especially adding Marvin Jones Jr., who had nearly 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
Was the number 1 receiver, I think, in Detroit. He's going to be a lot better. He's got a lot better weapons to throw to than people think. When you had Laviska Shenault his second year, you had DJ Chark, who's a borderline Pro Bowler. I think that what they're going to do in the draft is they're going to go tight end because that's something that I don't really think they have that's really a threat. So whoever that tight end was last night for Notre Dame that their new quarterback was throwing all those passes to, that's probably who they're going to go after because that dude was fantastic. But, I could see Trevor Lawrence.
So behind him, though, I have either Jalen Waddle out in Miami,
I like
their
that.
Dolphins,
I like that.
or even Najee Harris. I think it's going to be could have been one of those as well. All right, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be J.C. Horn, cornerback out of Carolina. I'm telling you, man, this Carolina defense is a bit better than people think. And when I first looked at this, I thought, all right, I like Patrick Surtain the second, but J.C. Horn, since Surtain's really good, but J.C. Horn, he's a bona fide, he's just a pure dog. And before the 49ers made their trade up, I was looking at some mock drafts who they might take,
right?
And quite a few of them had them taking J.C. Horn, which the team needed cornerback play. But so I got to look at some film on him, some stuff like that. Obviously we all know that he's the son of Joe Horn, who is every bit as fiery as his dad was, the wide receiver out of the Saints.
It's crazy how we're seeing all of these legends.
It's going to be J.C. Horn, and pay attention to Micah Parsons as well. in Dallas.
That is my selection. Michael Parsons. He is actually was my number one. My number two was Patrick Surtain, the second, and then third was J.C. Horns. I think he's going to be really good too. But I think he's going to be Michael Parsons. He's going to lead that defense for Dallas. If Van Der Esch can stay healthy, which I'm really hoping he does, I think that Van Der Esch is going to be able to do what he wants, and Parsons is just going to just basically take over. I think he may pull a Darius Leonard and lead the league in tackles.
Right.
I really do think that Parsons is going to be all over the place. As long as he maintains health, there's no reason why he didn't win it.
Okay.
All right. Offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year. Now, this one's really going to shock you. My offensive player of the year, told you I was high on Cleveland, right? Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Of Cleveland. Now, what someone may say is, well, won't Kareem Hunt take carries away from him? Well, no, because Chubb, he's not going to take carries from Chubb. He may take receptions from him because Kareem Hunt is better at that. But I think Chubb, he's just been like right on the verge of just really breaking through and getting into that top tier, top 3, top 4 running back, class. So I think that he's going to get anywhere from 1,400 to 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns. And to me, that's going to be the driving thrust as to what's going to truly get them over the hump into the Super Bowl.
There's been a few talking heads that said that they believe he's the best pure runner in the league right now.
I've heard that.
So
I don't think that's.
I don't know if I disagree though. I mean,
pure runner. Well, then how would you? What is Derrick Henry? If he's just a pure runner, what is whatever Derrick Henry does? What is that?
Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. He's his own category. We just call him man. He's a man.
Fair enough.
So my offensive one, I like the Chubb pick. I didn't really think of it that way, but I'm going with Alvin Kamara. Now, I think he's going to be a sleeper on that, and this is why. I was listening to the Athletics football show. Made a great, I forgot who it was off the top of my head, but on their show, and they had me in the comments as a guest, he made mention of the Saints offense. The year before they had got Winston, when Jameis was with Tampa Bay, Jameis led the league in air yards on his pass. He threw the ball the furthest on a regular basis. The last one on the list on that, number 41, Drew Brees. He never threw it deep. You bring in Jameis Winston, that's going to open up the field. They don't have Michael Thomas to run the slants anymore, and he will probably go more deep with Jameis too, but he's not out there. So Jameis is going to be able to put the ball in the air more. That's going to open up the dump for Alvin Kamara. So I think Alvin Kamara is going to go for 1,000 and 1,000.
I mean, and I think that that's a big part of how you cut down on Jameis's interceptions. You tell him that you have this just unbelievably talented check down who's going to make you look good because you're going to do a 2 or 3 dump off. He's going to take it for 13 or 14, and by the end of the game, you're going to have 350 passing yards. You won't know where they came from. They came from Alvin Kamara.
I think Alvin Kamara is going to end up doing what Christian McCaffrey did a couple years ago. He's going to get 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, just because Jameis Winston being able to, like I said, spread the field because people know he has no problem. He loves throwing it deep. And then he's going to be able to hit him on some good plays.
And another reason why I really like your pick, and this is also another reason why I like my pick, Saints have a top 5 offensive line, just like the Browns.
Boom. There you go. Yep. All right, defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year. Now, who won it last year? Was it Aaron Donald?
Of course.
It's going to be Jalen Ramsey this year.
Really?
Yes. This is his year. I think that because we talked about Russ is going to cook all season long, so he's gonna have plenty of opportunities to pick him off. You can just see in that division whether it's maybe not so much Jimmy Garoppolo, but when Trey Lance takes over, because he has a stronger arm, he's going to try to throw the ball deeper, which is a big mistake against Jalen Ramsey. And Kyler, he's such a good passer as well. That's a huge part of their air raid offense as well. Yeah. So he's going to get plenty of opportunities just in the division to shine. Actually, beginning Sunday night against the Bears with Andy Dalton, he's going to turn him over at least twice. Okay? Yeah, just to start the season and already get eyes on him as far as defensive player of the year, because Aaron Donald's going to chase him out of the pocket. He's going to make throws that he knows he shouldn't make, throws he can't make, and Jalen Ramsey is going to be right there to style and profile and pick it off. So
all right,
Jalen Ramsey. This is his year, Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. All right. Well, I think it's going to continue to flip-flop like it's been doing. It's going to go to Khalil Mack this year, though. It's going to just keep it in the house. It's going to be between Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, one or two. I think Khalil Mack's going to go out there and make a statement. The Bears are going to be a lot better than advertised. I think once they put Justin Fields out there, they'll be able to truly compete. They'll be round the cuffs of the playoff, but just miss it. But I think that defense is going to be anchored with him. Roquan Smith is doing a really good job of being a better linebacker, and he's starting to play like the first round pick that we expected him to be out of Georgia. And so I think that this is the year that Mac just goes out there and terrorizes everybody because the defenses around him will do enough to keep everyone else busy to where they have 3 guys on him and he's still going to get in there. So I'm giving it to Khalil Mack. Probably going to be completely off because somebody else is going to do it. Probably Darius Leonard or something. Hell, Michael Parsons might end up doing it or something.
It's just so many just great defensive players.
It's hard to pick, which is crazy to me that Aaron Donald has won it so many times. It's just, and I understand why, but at the same time, just like you would think someone else would have the opportunity to. But anyway, MVP. Give me your shocking MVP selection.
My shocking MVP selection is Matthew Stafford. 5,200 yards, 40 touchdowns, leading the Rams to the NFC Championship. And your boy Sean McVay, too, Coach of the Year, Matthew Stafford, finally lives up to the first-round pick hype coming out of Georgia. This is the year. This is the only year he has a chance to do this, because once people have 17-plus games worth of tape on him and what he is as far as the Rams quarterback, then next year he's going to be good, but not as good as this. This is the year he breaks through. 5,200 yards, 40 touchdowns.
So I think this is probably the last show that we're going to have. Period.
Oh boy,
because this actually just annoys the hell out of me.
Oh no,
because I picked Matthew Stafford to win the MVP as well. Yes, and this is the reason why. Not saying he is the best player in the league, but I am on the exact same number as you. I'm at 52 to 5,300 yards. I'm at least 40 touchdowns. We're going to get the 2011 Matt Stafford when he had Megatron, when he threw 5,100 yards, 41 touchdowns. We're getting him back. Why? He's got a top 4 defense, minimum, and then he's got receivers.
Yes.
He's got at least 3 and a good tight end. I love Higbee at tight end, even though they lost Everett. I think that hurts a little bit.
Higbee's not fast, but he's good.
But he's good. He'll catch. It's all that matters. But you got Kupp, you've got Woods,
Deshaun Jackson to take the top off, and Van Jefferson. That's it.
They've got everything perfect. And at the same time, because he's got such a great defense, something that Stafford's never had, and all these offensive weapons, he's got a head coach who's played quarterback for the last at least 4 years. And because of that, Stafford can go out there and he can pick his coach's brain or he can use his own brain. So it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a lot smoother. And as you said, he's going to finally live up to the hype that he had coming out of Georgia, coming in as the number 1 draft pick in the NFL before he even went to college. He was that highly touted as a recruit. I believe that Matt Stafford does the exact same thing that you just said. I think I put it like this. If Stafford doesn't get 5,000 yards this year, Matthew Stafford is a bust, and they should go ahead and let him go afterwards. There's no excuse this year. This is perfect. This is the perfect scenario that any quarterback of his caliber could dream of.
And the Super Bowl's in your new stadium. Come on, man.
You didn't go to the Super Bowl, but MVP, there's no excuse not to win it. None.
Kendrick, none.
I hate you.